is The Magnet.
Hello, you're welcome to this week's edition of The Magnets, mentoring on television and lending a voice to the growth of businesses. Today, we are going to throw our searchlights on the registrar's office or the registry in a university. And we have somebody who is eminently qualified to take us through the half-hour program. And who is this person? Even though he has a very solid law background. We'll be back shortly.
A lawyer and administrator whose educational and professional life are spread between the United Kingdom and Nigeria. His educational career took him to the University of Buckingham in England, where he obtained an LLB in 1991. He then was admitted to the Nigerian Law School, where he qualified as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 1992. After spending a short spell in legal practice in Nigeria, he took his career to the United Kingdom, where he qualified as a solicitor of England and Wales and spent several years as an associate and also worked in partnership and reputable law firm. He is also a holder of Master's degree in Law (LLM) and an MBA in Higher Education Management from University College, London. He joined the university administration in 2007, where he currently serves as the University Registrar. During this period, he has headed university administration and serves on the key committees in various capacities. Among these include committees for security, budget, university publications, and sports. He has co-represented the university on major overseas missions for external leakages and external funding. He also serves as secretary to University Senate, Governing Council, and Board of Trustees. He serves on the Crescent University Executive Committee Council and he is the chairman of the Islamic Mission for Africa Education Board. He is a member of the Law Society of England and Wales, the Nigerian Bar Association, Association of Registrars of Nigerian University, and has also been a member of the Association of Universities Administrators, UK, and he is an associate of the London Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. His awards and acknowledgements include Award of Excellence by Magna Curia Chambers, Obafemi Awolowo University, Award of Excellence by Economics and Management Science Department of Yewa Central College of Education, Award of Excellence by NASFAT, Lagos Youth Wing Zone 2, Honorary Award by Kano Association of Students, Crescent University Chapter, Award of Excellence by NIPRES, Award of Order of Sports Achiever, Crescent University Sports Committee. He is married with children.
Welcome back. The program is The Magnet. We have a mentor in the house. Join me to welcome to The Magnet for this week, Barrister Zakariya Ajibola, the Registrar of Crescent University. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, just briefly, we hear of registrar, registry. Beyond keeping records, updating records, is there more to being a registrar of a university?
Indeed it is, and it has grown over the years. Taking care of admissions, taking care of the appointment of staff, keeping records, important records of university, givens, the essentials of registry, which the university registrar heads. But his functions go beyond that. In the statute of the university is defined as, his role is defined as to assist the Vice-Chancellor with the day-to-day activities of the university. The registrar will also quite often find himself engaged with a number of university committees. The university system is very reliant on committees, and in many instances, a registrar can expect to find himself either as a member or serving in some other capacity. Okay. That can range from budget, it can be ceremonial, it can be security, and a wide variety of others. Okay. And then, of course, he has also his ceremonial functions. Of course, he also serves as an interface between the university as an organization and the general public.
Okay, we'll be dwelling on much on that later on, particularly it has to do with the interface with the public. Now, let's look at your role vis-a-vis that of the Vice-Chancellor's office. You know, you say you are the administrative head, the Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer. You know, is there some form of, linkage on each other's office?
It does. The Vice-Chancellor, as the executive head, also heads the academic activities of the university. One of his functions is to head the University Senate, which is perhaps the key organ, given the business of universities themselves is to churn out knowledge and certify people who have gone through knowledge. So Senate is a very important organ of the university, which the Vice-Chancellor heads. He's also the key representative is also the financial executive of the. We have a bursar who is the accounting head. But the vice chancellor is also the
chief financial
officer of the university. So there are some specific areas, apart from his overarching responsibilities for universities, that sets him apart from the registrar and the registry, which are there to provide a supportive role to ensure that the work of his office is
seamless.
Yes, indeed.
Let's look at the academic qualifications now of a registrar.
Yeah.
You have a law background.
Yes.
A solid one at that.
Yes.
A global one.
Indeed.
So what qualification must a registrar have? And looking at the growth pattern and the career progression.
Well, there is typically not a restricted discipline that is acceptable in the recruitment of administrative staff. You will find people in administration from the natural and applied sciences to management sciences and so on and so forth, because the essential requirements of administration is organizational skills, communication skills, ability to learn fast and conduct, to keep record in an organized fashion, and maybe some PR skills are also involved. And it is believed that these are generic; they are not entirely specific to certain disciplines. There are, of course, a lot of short courses or medium-length courses that are tailor-made to assist people who want to make a career of university administration. But otherwise, anything in education will obviously be relevant. IT is also, particularly in this day and age, that everything is becoming digitalized and is already very digitalized. So that will be a relevant qualification to have.
Okay, must the person must he or she be IT compliant? You can decide to have staff that are IT compliant.
I think many universities today will probably insist.
Okay.
We certainly ensure that at the very lowest of the entry levels of our non-academic staff here, that we put them to test to ensure that they have at least basic knowledge.
Even though you can delegate to junior staff.
Gone are the days where universities will be awash with secretarial staff everywhere, having
files
to do, and so on, and files.
Can I save in the cloud or even hard drives and disks?
Indeed.
I'm waiting for this session. I saw the barrage of people coming into the office. How much pressure are you in?
The registry is often described as the engine room of the university, and so you can expect that a lot of things will be happening at the same time. So, and we house a number of very important offices.
Okay.
Admissions typically, you can imagine the numbers of students each year wanting to gain admission, or those resuming wanting to get through their registration. And
those who have passed out for their transcripts.
Indeed, and those who have passed out for their transcripts. So hence the traffic of human beings coming in and out, trying to get one form or one piece of information or the other, or register for one thing or the other. So invariably, that kind of activity goes on all the time. That will explain the...
Like I said, you have a very solid background in law. I mean, from your foundation. By the way, condolences for the passage of our dear daddy, who was a global figure.
Thank you very much.
And then you have a law degree. You are a registrar of a university. So was it that by choice, or you have your certificate, let me do my thing?
Well, yes, we grew up only knowing the legal profession, of all professions. Of course, we were sick at times and we would have to see a doctor, but that wasn't attractive because nobody liked injections. But we saw a very attractive side of the legal profession, and my father was one who was particular about keeping us close to him and to whatever it was he does. So we very quickly had a sense of what the legal vocation was about. Some of us did nurse different ideas about what they wanted to to do when they grow up, but eventually it became understood that part of the basic education was to first of all qualify.
I'm curious. I know about your brother and you. Are you saying all your siblings are lawyers?
Yes, with one very, I think maybe only one exception.
Wow.
By the time he was...
so he had his way. Okay, interesting. All right, that brings us to the issue of the lecture we had earlier, that why go to school. So at this point, let's take snippets of that lecture. Okay. We're about to continue this conversation.
Education is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes through various methods, such as instruction, research, and experience. Is a school a formal institution? As a professor, I pointed out the contradiction in his response. If it defines school as a formal institution, and a school is a place where you receive education like this, is school a formal institution? Not necessarily so. Schooling is knowledge economy. Is schooling a process of attending a school? That's my query, interrogation. Number 2, what is knowledge? Knowledge is the information and understanding. I boldened information and understanding that we have about the world. Knowledge can be acquired through a variety of ways, including schooling, reading, personal experience, and observation. Overall, the relationship between schooling and knowledge is complex and multifaceted. Schooling is an important way to acquire knowledge, but it is not the only way.
Welcome back. We're still chatting with Barrister Zakariya Ajibola, the Registrar of Crescent University, foremost one, particularly in the southwest of Nigeria. It's a global one now. How much of integrity should a registrar have to be able to rub off on the entire integrity of the institution? Because, talking of records, the Nigerian factor must come in.
Yes, I would say it's paramount. I would say that no university would knowingly go into the appointment of a registrar or people in high office in its administration without making inquiry into the integrity as far as they can of the individual, because it's a center that certifies, and the outside world is reliant, and increasingly in this day and age, the degree is the real ticket for employment.
Sure.
Every parent wants their child to obtain a degree before they say, well, you've done what we want you to. So it's very important, and the working world relies on the certification that the university as an institution provides. And of course, institutions are recognized by their rules, what is required, what the do's and the don'ts are. It's important that you have somebody who is committed to protecting that and ensuring it in all
no compromise.
And no compromise.
Even under pressure.
Yes. Which
the pressure can come.
Yeah, pressure can come.
Even with, you know what I mean.
Yes, indeed, the pressure can come.
Just graduate my child and let's go.
Indeed. So
all right.
Prayers are also important.
We hear of the Vice Chancellor having a body, an umbrella body. Is that same for the registrars in universities?
Well, yes. There's a committee for registrars, the Association of Nigerian Registrars, and there's one combined of registrars and vice chancellors.
Okay.
It's a forum for registrars to meet and discuss and interact, and various important aspects of the works of registrars are discussed, and innovations and new ideas or helpful tips that can make the work more efficient and helpful is made available to those who attend those meetings, and we do our best to attend as many of them as possible, because it is a learning curve, and there's so much changing all the time. Digitization,
of course,
and the technology in particular.
You have to be on speed.
You have to be
global
indeed to be able to keep up.
Now let's look at when you meet. Are there some challenges that you always talk about, and what are the most obvious ones that you think deserve
Yes,
attention?
universities by nature, I think we often overlook it, but the word universe itself, perhaps there's the key to the challenge is in that word, is that it's an expanding enterprise. And the more students you have, the more you have to provide. You need more, you therefore need more residences, more hostels to keep those students. You need more classrooms or bigger classrooms. You need more and more facilities with the growth. So you welcome the growth, but it also brings on more responsibility. So, but I think maybe one thing that no university can ever say no to is assistance, financial assistance.
Okay.
And of course, you have to keep up with new innovations. And,
to be at par.
Yeah, to be at par.
With global practice.
Indeed. And of course, the economy. Your staff also want better welfare.
Of course.
And you can't be stagnant with pay. And you must be able to compete. Unfortunately, academics don't grow on trees. So if you're not competitive, they have the choice of they have the choice of going elsewhere.
Why do you want to government money again, and when you are charging high fees? That's what people will contend.
Well, government are known to support many sectors. During COVID, we saw examples like that all over the world. At a time here in Ogun State, on their list was an intervention even with hotels, because at that time, it was a no-go area, and that sector suffered considerably. But we feel that we provide a social service, even being private. University business is not the business you go into for somebody who is profit-seeking. Yes, we strive to be in the to always be above our expenses, but there's almost no amount that you can earn that you don't already know where it has to go in order to maintenance and upscale and upgrade what you provide.
Okay. In our conversation, earlier on, you talked about a ceremonial function of the registrar.
Yes.
Well, I know several times now I've attended your convocation. I see you in the academic procession and then opening day. Well, can you let us into this?
Well, yes. Again, statutorily, the registrar is expected to conduct the proceedings of a convocation and invites the Vice Chancellor to declare it open and call on the students who have been found successful. And so
that fits to graduates.
Indeed. so a lot of that falls to the registrar to ensure, in the same way that the registrar is the secretary to Senate, and convocations are technically they are academic programs first and foremost. They sometimes have a coloring beyond that because it's a day of celebration for parents and students and many friends and people that come there. But it's first and foremost an academic program. So there's a role throughout the program for the registrar, and it can also come in less formal settings, sometimes in a representative manner. Situation you may, for instance, yesterday was the kickoff of the university's convocation system. Yes, and quite often the Vice Chancellor and the registrar will be asked to kick off the sporting activity on that day. So it can come in different forms, but the registrar has to be open and ready to participate.
Okay, congratulations, well done. We're going back to round off, but let's give you the snippets of the 15th convocation ceremony.
The ceremony is very significant, marking the formal completion of various degree programs of our graduates. I solemnly and sincerely promise and declare that I shall partake and contribute morally and financially, so help me Allah.
This is not the end of anything. It is the beginning. And to paraphrase a famous world statesman, Winston Churchill, this is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, your graduation, but it is the end of the beginning.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. the journey was long and tough, but yeah, I'm excited that we're here.
Oh, I feel very happy that our institution is progressing by the special grace of Allah, and is producing more students who are disciplined into the society, of which, of course, my son is one of them.
And welcome back. We are now on our last lap of the magnates, and our mentoring us on the program today is Barrister Zakariya Ajibola, the Registrar of Crescent University.
Thank you very much.
It has grown. The population soared. How do you feel in that regard?
It's encouraging. It's satisfying because it's a mammoth project, and really with no certainty where you will take it, particularly in an environment of a lot of challenges. We don't have a lot of the advantages that you might find in other parts of the world, and yet we want to, out of nothing, to provide young, budding students with the wherewithal to come out with competitive certificates for their respective degrees.
And their brilliance.
And
would you attribute that to the founder? I mean, a global figure, well-known personality with a strong commitment to providing education, not even the law that he was known for globally, but education.
Well, like many, he also realized that the answer to human problems is education, education, and education. This has been known all over the world for centuries, and he felt that it is just the best way of him making his own contribution, but not just education on its own, not just science for science sake, but also to ensure that he provides an opportunity for an institution that can help the spiritual growth and character molding opportunities for those that go here, being their final stop before they go out into the real world as young adults, male and female, that they should go through an academic journey that gives them the wherewithal to deal with modern life, wherever they may be. That was his projection, that was his vision, being somebody himself that in his younger days attended a faith-based institution here in Abeokuta. And the teachings, the morals, the discipline that he acquired there stood him in good stead throughout his life. He could quote and make reference to all those things he went through and experienced when he was there. And he felt that if he was to establish an institution, that it must have that opportunity for youngsters of today, particularly given a lot of the societal problems that we all know is a challenge today.
But do you think his names have opened doors with a lot of support, variety of support you have for the institution?
It has. We have benefited from a lot of recognition. Doors have opened quicker, knowing that his name is behind the institution. And it has attracted people who reckon with his person.
Excellence.
And yes, and what he has achieved and what he has contributed. And they have been inspired to come and add their own little bit. I mean, one fine example of that is our new chancellor, who is the former chief of staff to the former president, but a close friend of the proprietor. And there's a lot of mutual respect and love between them. We may have struggled to find him and get him to accept that.
Well, you did.
But we did. So thank you very much. So yes, we have benefited quite a lot from.
Thank you very much. Your final words, your counsel for the younger ones.
Yes. Well, I would say for people who are aspiring to join administration in university, that remain focused, be committed, be prepared for hard work. And be dynamic. Take your time to acquire as many skills and innovative. This is the world of changes that are coming rapidly. So be ready and be prepared, and also embrace technology because we're increasingly in that world, even here in the higher education sector. But it's a rewarding one and a satisfying vocation.
We've been chatting and conversing with Barrister Zakariya Ajibola, the Registrar of Crescent University.
Thank you.
It's been the magnet. The only way you can have a fresh edition of this program is to join us same time next week. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles. Make the date with us same time next week for another edition. Bye for now.